The camera world is buzzing with excitement, and today, I'm sharing something that will make every Fujifilm enthusiast's heart skip a beat. The long-awaited Fujifilm X-E5 is no longer just a dream. If you've been holding off on upgrading your gear, you might want to wait just a little longer because what I'm about to reveal could change everything you thought you knew about APS-C cameras. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay updated on the latest camera news and rumors. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. For years, the XE series has been Fujifilm's answer to photographers who want professional-grade features in a compact body. But what I'm about to share with you today suggests that Fujifilm isn't just updating the line. They're completely revolutionizing it. The rumored specifications of the XE5 are so impressive that I had to double-check my sources multiple times to believe them myself. Let's start with what might be the biggest surprise. The XE5 is rumored to feature a 40-megapixel APS-C X-Trans CMOS 5HR sensor. Yes, you heard that right. 40 megapixels. To put this in perspective, that's the same resolution as some medium-format cameras from just a few years ago. Imagine having that kind of detail in a camera that can fit in your coat pocket. For landscape photographers, this means being able to capture the finest details in distant mountain ranges. For portrait photographers, you'll be able to see every eyelash, every subtle skin texture. But here's what's really interesting, and what many people aren't talking about yet. This isn't just about resolution. Now, I know what you're thinking. Won't 40 megapixels mean more noise in low light? That's exactly what I thought too, but here's where things get interesting. The new sensor technology Fujifilm is reportedly using might actually improve low-light performance, despite the higher resolution. How? We'll get to that in just a moment, but first, if you're a hybrid shooter, you might want to sit down for this next part. The XE5 is rumored to offer 4K video at 60 frames per second with 10-bit color depth. But that's not even the most exciting part. There's also talk of 6.2K recording at 30 frames per second. Think about what this means for a moment. You could shoot a video project in 6K and have enough resolution to punch in significantly during editing without losing 4K quality. The autofocus system is reportedly getting a major upgrade with 425 focus points using an intelligent hybrid system. Let me explain what this means in real-world shooting scenarios. Imagine you're photographing a wedding and the bride is walking down the aisle. Traditional autofocus systems might struggle with the movement and changing lighting conditions, but the XE5's advanced system would track her face and eyes continuously, even if she briefly passes behind someone. For wildlife photographers, this system could be revolutionary. Imagine tracking a bird in flight against a complex forest background. The intelligent hybrid system would not only lock onto the bird, but also predict its trajectory, maintaining focus even when branches momentarily obscure your subject. This is the kind of performance that previously required much larger, more expensive cameras. And for sports photographers, consider a soccer match. The system can track players running in different directions, switching focus points instantly as the action evolves. Even if your subject suddenly changes direction or another player crosses in front, the camera's intelligence can maintain focus on your intended subject. But there's one feature that's been kept under wraps until recently, and it's possibly the most exciting one yet. Before I reveal it, let me explain why it could change the way you shoot forever. The XE5 is rumored to include something that's never been seen before in a camera of this size: 7 stops of in-body image stabilization. Yes, 7. Let that sink in for a moment. This means you could potentially shoot handheld in conditions where you'd normally need a tripod. Imagine capturing sharp images at 1-second exposures, handheld. But the image stabilization is just the beginning. Fujifilm has reportedly implemented something that portrait and fine art photographers have been dreaming of: a 160-megapixel pixel shift multi-shot mode. Think about that for a moment. That's medium-format territory in a camera that costs a fraction of the price. Let me give you a real-world example of what this means. Imagine photographing a piece of fine art or architecture where every minute detail matters. With this feature, you could capture images with enough resolution to see the individual brushstrokes in a painting. or the subtle textures in ancient stonework. The implications for archival and commercial photography are staggering. Now, here's something that caught my attention, and it's a detail that most other channels aren't talking about. The XE5 will reportedly support both ProRes and Blackmagic RAW output via HDMI. For professional videographers, this is huge. It means you could potentially use this compact camera as a B camera alongside higher-end cinema cameras with perfectly matching codecs. So, when can you get your hands on this powerhouse? Or so. Here's what we know about the release timeline. According to reliable sources, the XE5 is set to arrive in summer 2025. But here's where things get interesting, and why you might want to start saving now. While the exact price hasn't been confirmed yet, looking at the feature set and Fujifilm's historical pricing strategy, we can make some educated guesses. Given the significant upgrades over the previous model, particularly that 40-megapixel sensor and advanced video capabilities, we might be looking at a higher price point than the XE4. But here's why that might actually be good news. Consider what you're getting: medium format level resolution, professional video features, and cutting-edge stabilization in a compact body. Even if the price comes in higher than expected, it could still represent incredible value compared to cameras with similar capabilities. Let's talk about who this camera is really for. If you're a street photographer, the compact size combined with that incredible autofocus system could make this your dream camera. For wedding photographers, the high resolution and improved low-light capabilities could make this an excellent second body. And for videographers, the combination of 6.2K recording and ProRes output could make this a serious contender for professional work. But let's be honest for a moment. There are some questions we need to ask. Will the battery life be able to keep up with that high-resolution sensor? How will the heat management work with those impressive video specs? These are things we'll need to test when the camera actually releases. What's particularly exciting about the XE5 is what it means for the future of Fujifilm's lineup. If these features are coming to the XE series, imagine what might be in store for the X-T6. Speaking of which, if you're interested in what's coming next from Fujifilm, you won't want to miss my video about the X-T6 rumors. You'll find it linked in the end screen right after this video. And if you found this information helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more camera news and rumors. Drop a comment below letting me know which feature of the XE5 excites you the most. One last thing, if you want to stay ahead of these Fujifilm developments, make sure to stay updated with us. I'll be bringing you detailed analysis of every major Fujifilm announcement and rumor as they emerge. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive deep into another exciting Fujifilm innovation.